This book does not pull any punches. It opens with this just incredibly blunt observation. Meaningless, meaningless. Everything is meaningless. The author, who we only know as the teacher, takes a long, hard look at life under the sun, and he is not afraid to say what he sees. I mean, what a line to start with. It's designed to make you stop and ask, wait, what? Why?
And really, that's the big question he sets out to answer. The teacher looks at everything we spend our lives chasing. Success, money, pleasure, even being super wise. And he asks this very simple but really profound question. At the end of the day, does any of this stuff actually bring lasting satisfaction? So how in the world do you even begin to answer a question that big? Well, the teacher decides to run a kind of great experiment on himself. He's going to test everything the world says is worthwhile to see if any of it can actually fill that hole he's feeling.
And the scale of this thing is just staggering. I mean, we are talking about gathering up insane amounts of wealth, building huge projects, experiencing every single pleasure you can imagine, and even becoming the wisest person around. He literally left no stone unturned in this search for meaning.
So after all that, what's the verdict? What did he find? He came up with this amazing phrase for it. He called it chasing the wind. It's such a powerful image, isn't it? The idea that going after all these things without some deeper anchor is just futile. It's like trying to grab a handful of air. But right when you think this whole book is going to be a total downer, it makes this really important pivot. The teacher kind of shifts his focus from all the things he can't control to what he can observe. And what he sees is that life, well, it moves in cycles. It has seasons, and some of it is just out of our hands. And this is where we get that famous passage that you've probably heard before. There's a time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to build something up and a time to let it go. It's this beautiful, profound idea that life is this dance of opposites, a rhythm of gaining and losing. And maybe, just maybe, finding meaning is about learning to embrace the whole dance, not just the fun parts. And this is so key to understanding Ecclesiastes. This book isn't hopeless, it's just really, really honest. By looking the hard parts of life right in the eye, the things we can't change, it actually clears the path for us to find real meaning in what's actually in front of us. Okay, so after this long, winding journey of experimenting with everything and observing the world, the teacher finally gets to his answer. He figures out the one thing that can act like an anchor in a world that feels like it's always shifting beneath our feet. And you know what? His advice is surprisingly simple. It's so practical. First, he says to just enjoy the simple gifts that are right there. The taste of good food, the satisfaction of your work, the people you love. That's the real stuff. And second, he says to live with a sense of reverence, of awe, recognizing that we're all part of a story that's much bigger than just ourselves.
And all of this leads to his final, bottom-line conclusion. It's this: fear God and keep his commandments. Now, that word fear can sound a little intense, right? But it's not about being scared of God. It's more about a deep respect, a reverence for the one who set this whole thing in motion. It's about building your life around something permanent and true, instead of all the temporary stuff.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? In a world that is constantly screaming at us to hustle, to get more, to achieve more, Ecclesiastes offers this completely different path. It says, hey, stop wasting your life chasing after things that are just going to fade away. Instead, build your life on the things that will actually last.
And so that leaves us with one last question to really think about. In our own lives, today, with all the notifications and the noise and the constant hustle, what's our anchor? What's the solid, permanent thing that gives your life meaning beyond the chase?
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.